With very few exceptions, the Joshua tree only lives in the Mojave Desert. The twisted, spiky plant thrives in the hellish temperatures, high elevation, and low precipitation of this area. In a way, it's a freak of nature, one that even the National Park Service has a hard time explaining.
They're not a cactus. Technically, they're not a tree. They're in this middle area of agave or succulent.
The prickly oddity is by far the main attraction at Joshua Tree National Park, and every year, 3 million visitors head to San Bernardino County to marvel over the beauty and alien landscape of this area. But there is one area of the park that few people get to see, an area that, well, is not as pristine.
He has kind of what you could call a junk pile, but you know, one man's junk is another man's treasure.
This is the Keys Ranch, homestead of desert entrepreneur and junk collector Bill Keys.
He acquired the ranch in 1913, and he married his wife Frances in 1918, and together they had about 7 children right here at the ranch.
You may be asking yourself, why would anyone want to live in the hot, squelching heat of the Mojave Desert, let alone raise a family here?
You know, one of the things that brought Bill out here was gold mining.
All over Joshua Tree National Park is granite quartzite monzonite, a geological feature that often contains gold, but the only way to extract it is with this machine, which Bill owned.
This is a single stamp gold mill. This was an apparatus that was used to process ore and extract the gold out of the ore.
Bill was an entrepreneur. He made most of his money processing gold ore for other miners. He also got into the business of scavenging and reselling discarded items. He even owned a hotel of sorts. The desert's first Airbnb. No air conditioning probably in here.
No air conditioning.
Just a few dozen people a day are allowed into the Keys Ranch to see Bill's junk collection. Not much of a spin cycle on this one. The historic site is in a unique part of the park. It has one of the only sources of constant water.
So behind that concrete wall is a body of water, and that body of water was used to irrigate the garden.
Bill Keys was not a traditional guy, and neither was his gardening techniques.
Bill Keys loosened this soil up the easy way. He dynamited it.
When the gold rush came to an end, Bill got into the movie business. His ranch was a film site for some little-known Disney films.
One of the productions was Chico the Misunderstood Coyote, and the other one was The Wild Burro of the West. And this shed was built to accommodate the production's equipment.
In 1943, Bill Keys got into a dispute with a deputy sheriff, to which he shot him to death in self-defense. He spent several years in prison, but was later pardoned. After his release, Bill spent the remainder of his life on his desert ranch. Bill and his wife are probably a lot like the Joshua tree. They had to be tough.
I think that's a fair assessment. They were drought tolerant, they were tough.
From the Keys Ranch in Joshua Tree National Park, I'm John Bartell. Hope to see you on the Back Road.